Hello, hello, hello. We are live. We are live. As you come into the room, please let me know if you can hear me. Please let me know if you can hear me loud and clearly. Hello, hello, hello. I see you coming into the room. Hello, hello. Let me know if you can hear me. We just had some technical difficulties, so I wanted to make sure that you can hear me. So if you would put in the chat that you can hear me, that would be fantastic. Let me know. Also, let me know where you're from. Let me know where you're from as you're coming into the room. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. Yes, yes, we can hear you. Yay, we have sound. We have sound. Thanks, Luna. Thanks, Shakina. I appreciate you. I hope I said your name right. I appreciate you letting me know. For those of you who have subscribed and rung the bell, you've probably got notification that I just dropped a video. And I did it. I spent all my time making this video for you and no sound. So I'm not sure why. I was trying to go back to the video and re-upload it for you so that it would have sound, but there's no sound. So I figured I would come here and just do it live. Okay. So hello. Let me know where you ladies are from, where you're from as you're joining me. Hey, I see you. I saw your note that you couldn't hear me. There was no sound. I apologize. We're having technical difficulties, and we have those kind of days. But I do have an episode for you that I want to share with all of you. So I'll jump into that. As you're coming into the room, just introduce yourself. Say hello. I always like to see you here. Massachusetts. I'm heading to Massachusetts next month. Dallas, Texas. We have a lot of Texans who are a part of our community. Welcome to you as well. Okay, wonderful having you all here. I created this episode because a member of our community, and you know who you are, left me a message today, and she was feeling a little bit down because the weight wasn't coming off as she was hoping. And she just feels frustrated. And, we just have those days. So I created this episode for her and all of you who, sometimes we just have those kind of days, right? So let's go ahead and jump in. And then on the other side of sharing the content with you, I would love to open it up for questions. So have your questions ready if you have any, or any comments. That would be fantastic. So if you're ready to get started, just say ready in the chat. Like just say, Aunt, we're ready. We ready. In the chat so that I know you are ready to get going. Hello, Renee Wallace from Philly, another Philly girl in the house. Whoop, whoop. Okay. South Florida is here. Come on into the room. Love having all of you here. I'm going to go ahead and get started. So the question is, right, are you taking a GLP-1 medication for obesity management, for weight loss, like Zepbound? If you're taking Mounjaro, those are the same. Wegovy or Ozempic, those are similar drugs. And you're gaining weight, right? You're not losing the weight, right? It seems like everybody around you is losing weight, but the scale is just not moving for you. And if you're paying out of pocket and the scale is not moving for you, that's pretty frustrating, right? I can imagine that would be very frustrating because this is not working and I'm paying a lot of money out of pocket, right? So if this is you, stay tuned, because in this episode, I'm going to give you 5 strategies that you can apply to get the scale moving in the right direction for you. Okay. And also stay tuned to the end because I've been working on a resource for you that talks about some of the biggest mistakes that people make on this medication that can slow down the weight loss, as well as some success tips. So if you want that, I'll give you my email address and just let me know, because it's not set up where, it's a funnel or anything like that right now. It's just, I just created it. It's fresh off the presses. So if you want it, put your, let me know. I'll put my email address in the chat, and you just email me, say, I want the resource. Send me the resource, and I will do that. Okay. All right, so I want to officially welcome all of you. Hello, bold, brave, and brilliant ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning into our live Zepbound journey with Ange. I'm Angela Durant. For those of you who are just getting to know me, my friends call me Ange. And if you're new here, welcome. It's nice to have you here. If you've been a part of our community for a while, you've been following the videos from the beginning, welcome back. So nice to have you. Super excited that you are here. Let me just check in with all of you, make sure we're good. I see ready. Okay. Hi from Minnesota. You know, I'm going to Minnesota too. I'll be out there next month too, in July. All right. Okay. Welcome all of you, and welcome back to those of you who are here all the time. Some of you tell me you work out to these videos. You're like, I put you on and I'm working out. I'm like, oh, that's great. So for those of you who are new and don't know about the journey, I've been on Zepbound for 4 months now. I started my journey weight loss at 296 pounds. I'm not that tall. I'm only 5'2.5". I have a smaller frame. And so, and as of today, I've lost over 40 pounds. And I still have a long way to go. My doctor said that she'd like me to be around 170 pounds. So we still have a ways to go. But like many of you, I've had weeks where I've gained weight, right? But that's not the end, but at the end of the day, that's, to be expected, right? You're human. There are going to be some weeks you're up, some weeks you're down. But at the end of the day, I think we're all going to get to a wonderful destination of weight loss that we're all going to be very pleased with. So, but before I started taking Zepbound, I tried pretty much everything, right? I was on Weight Watchers. I was on LA Weight Loss. For those of you who remember LA Weight Loss, I believe that they are no longer in business. I did Optavia, and I cannot do packaged foods. It just doesn't work for me. I've attended Overeaters Anonymous. I've had 2 bariatric surgeries. One in 2009, I lost 147 pounds. And I maintained that for about 5 years, and then the weight started creeping back on. And then I was almost up. I think I was over 300 when I had my second surgery, and that was at my highest weight. I was 331, and I had the gastric bypass. And I didn't do as well as most people do on the gastric bypass after they have that procedure. I lost about 30 pounds, and was still struggling with my weight, right? And so when I get messages from you, if you send me a text or a voicemail or what have you, and it breaks my heart, right, to hear from you and you're not seeing the scale down and you're feeling discouraged, right? You just know that I understand it. I get that. I get getting on the scale and you're like, what is going on here? But I don't want you to give up hope, and that's why I created this episode, right? So I'm going to ask you to do something that I haven't ever asked you to do before. I'm going to ask you to do something, and I hope that you'll be on board and you'll be willing to do it. It's very simple and easy to do. But I'm going to ask you to put in the chat here a word of encouragement to somebody who's watching, somebody who's listening, whether they're listening live with us or they're listening to the playback, who just needs a word, right? It doesn't have to be a paragraph, doesn't have to be long, just something to encourage somebody else who might be watching and just feeling like everybody around me is losing weight on this Zepbound journey with Ange. Everybody's like 40 pounds down, 60 pounds down, 80, 100 pounds down, and I'm not losing. I've heard from people who said they lost 3 pounds in 3 months, right? And they're frustrated and they're paying all this money out of pocket because their insurance is not covering it, and they're just feeling down. So if, at some point during you listening to this, if you would be willing to just put a little note, a word of encouragement for someone else to read it if they're having a tough day, I would appreciate that. Oftentimes people will say, you said something in your video that really encouraged me. Or they'll say, I just needed to hear this today. Thank you. Right. So anything that you can contribute, because we are a community, I would appreciate that. And thank you. And so today I want to give you 5 strategies that have helped me over the past 16 weeks. And my hope is that you will be encouraged and keep going, because I don't want you to quit. I don't want you to stop going, because you're Even though you might not feel like you're making progress, you are. Okay. So the first strategy that I wanted you to have is that you want an eating plan that's sustainable. You want an eating plan that is sustainable. That's the first thing I want to share with you. Because life happens, right? Life happens. There's girl trips you might be going on with your girlfriends, hanging out, going fun places, right? You might have birthday celebrations, wedding, anniversary, family reunions. Like life is happening, right? And there's food there, right? And there's drinks there. There's all kinds of things. And I want you to have a plan for yourself that's sustainable. Like, I don't want you to go into this like, I'm never eating this ever again. I won't have a slice of cake. No, you're at a wedding, right? They eat cake at a wedding, right? And sometimes with the medication, you won't desire it. But if you do desire it and you want to have a small slice of cake, for me, the part of my sustainable plan is that's okay. That's all right, right? You're going to have ups and downs, and that might cost you. It might mean that you gain a pound that week. But for me, that's okay, because this is a journey, and I want it to be something I can do for my lifetime. And I know going to a wedding and not having a slice of cake, if I want it, it's not sustainable for me, right? So I want you to have a plan, and I have to share this story with you. So last week, well, first of all, where I live in an apartment complex, and where I live, they love to celebrate, right? They celebrate all the wins, right? They celebrate all the big and small things, right? So I don't know if you know, but last week I think it was Friday, was National Donut Day. National Donut Day, right? And so at National Donut Day, where I live, they celebrate that. That's a big deal, right? So I'm coming out of my apartment on my way to here and working in this space to, get started and be serious about taking care of business, right? And the lady at the front desk says, "Oh, hi, Ange. Today is National Donut Day. You got to go ahead and get yourself a donut." And I'm like, "Thank you." So I go to walk past, and I can't get to this space without walking past, guess what? The donuts, right? And it wasn't like boxes of donuts from like Dunkin' Donuts, or for those of you who live in the US, Dunkin' Donuts or Duck Donuts, local place, whatever. It wasn't boxes where they're closed and you got to open it to see what flavor, which one you want. It wasn't like that. No. This is National Donut Day. So on National Donut Day, they have a tower of donuts. Every donut you can possibly imagine. I'm a glazed donut kind of girl. I'm not sure what kind of donuts you like, but it was National Donuts Day, and they weren't playing no games around here. Right? So I managed to make it over to the space without eating the donut. I start working, and a colleague of mine is here, right? One of my neighbors is here, and she says, "Oh, Ange, before they take those donuts away, you better go get yourself a donut. Those donuts look good over there. Those donuts look good. You better go get yourself a donut." So I'm like still working, like, thank you. Then I get a text from her with a picture of the tower of donuts, right? And I say to myself, "Ange, it's National Donut Day. You can have a donut." So I go over and I have a donut. I take a glazed donut and some orange juice. Okay. Sustainable, right? If I wasn't on Zepbound, I probably could have eaten 6 of those donuts, because there are lots of flavors that I like. Glaze is my favorite, but a girl could eat some of those other ones too. But I'm not going to beat myself up because I had a donut, right? I'm not going to beat myself up because I had a donut, because it's just part of living, right? Living life. There's going to be a National Donut Day, right? And so what I'm saying is, I want you to have something that's sustainable for you, right? Plan it out. There'll be times when you might not even have a desire for donuts or sweets. Many of you don't. But if you do, or you want something, it's not every day that you eat a donut, right? Most of us, we don't eat like that every day, right? Some of us can't tolerate it. But if it's something that you want, if you're going to the wedding, it's okay to have a slice of cake. At least that's what I'm telling myself for the sustainability of this plan. I can't tell myself that you're only going to eat carrots all of your life, or only eat a salad. I like salads, but I'm not going to eat that every day, always. And for the people who will give you the side eye, right? This message is for you, right? Because there are some people who will say, aren't you on a GLP-1? Aren't you taking Zepbound? Aren't you that girl from Zepbound with Ange, right? Aren't you Ange from Zepbound with Ange? What you doing with a donut? I'm like, living life. You know, you better go get yourself a donut too, because it's National Donut Day, right? So I'm just saying, you know, we're human and we want life to be enjoyable, and it's not every day, but it needs to be sustainable for you. Like, what is that for you? All right. Okay. So that's strategy number one. You want an eating plan that is sustainable. Strategy number two, you want to get your mind right. And I know when you come here, like, I ain't coming for that. I want to know how much weight you lost. I want to know what you're eating. I want to know what you work out. You working out. I get it. I get all of that. And that's all important. But the battle is lost or won up here. The battle is lost or won up here. So I'm always going to give that to you because I know that makes a difference. I know that it makes a difference. And one of the things that will cause you to lose the battle is comparison. Because you're in this community and you're seeing people say, if you read through the comments, people are sharing their wins all the time. Right? So you may say, well, she lost 40 pounds and she started on this date and I started 2 months before her and I'm not even at 10 yet. Right? So comparison is the thief of joy is a quote attributed to President Theodore Roosevelt. And I pulled this from online. And it says, it conveys a powerful sentiment that can be life-changing. The quote suggests that comparing ourselves to others can lead to feelings of inferiority or superiority, which are neither emotionally healthy nor productive. Comparison can also be a double-edged sword, leading to depression, anxiety, and inner resentment. Okay? It's not like we're not better than anybody else and we're not less than anyone else, right? That we don't need to look to the left and the right and compare ourselves to that, because comparison is the thief of joy, right? So when you're thinking about your mindset, like, I don't want that to derail you because you're looking at somebody else's journey. That's their journey. That's not your journey, but know that you're going to get there. You're going to get to the destination that you want, and we're going to celebrate you when you get there. But it will derail you if you're looking at somebody else and you're not moving as fast as them, or they have no side effects, and you get sleepy, you break out in hives, you're having all these challenges, right? We're all different, right? So don't compare yourself to anybody else. The next thing I want to tell you as part of the mindset is, from the moment that you wake up in the morning, I want you to shift your state. I want you to shift your state. Now, what do I mean by that? Shift your state. One of the things that I do in the morning, even before I get out of bed, I'm still under the covers. I wake up and I start to flood myself with thoughts of gratitude. I thank God for waking me up that day, right? I'm grateful for the husband that's right next to me, right? I rub his back a little bit and I'm like, I'm grateful that he's here. And I am holding him a little tighter these days because over the last 3 months, 3 women that I know very well and have known their husbands, they've lost their husbands, right? They've lost their husbands. And it's heartbreaking. And so we never know. None of us know how long we have. And it's important for us to appreciate and be grateful for the things that we do have in our lives. So I think about my husband and I'm grateful for him. And I think about my son, Duke, and I'm grateful for him. And I think about the fact that I have this community, right, that's so supporting and loving and kind. And I'm grateful for all of you. And that shifts my state. Because you can wake up in the morning and be like, the alarm clock goes off, I got to add it to you. Why I got to go into work? I got to do whatever I got to do. I'm not happy about it. Or you can start with what you are grateful for. What are you happy that is a part of your life? And that makes the difference of how you start your day. It's worked for me, so I'm just sharing with you one girl's journey. I'm just sharing with you what has worked for me. So that's the first thing that I want to share. The second thing that I do, and y'all, those of you who know me know that I do this, right? It's music. To me, music can shift your state like that, right? You put on your jam, you put on a song that you really love, you really enjoy, somehow some of that music like makes your hips move, you tapping your feet, for me, one of my theme songs, and I think every person in the Zepbound journey with Ange needs to have her theme song or his theme song, because there's a few brilliant men here. So shout out to Damien, to Elton, to Charles, and all you other wonderful men who also follow the channel. But you need a theme song, right? When I'm walking into the room, in the back, in my head, I hear, "She's a bad mama jamma," or I might hear, "She's a brick house," right? And that just makes me smile and lifts my spirits. What is it for you? What are some of your favorite songs? When you put that music on, right? There's a song, Just Fine by Mary J. Blige, that I also like. Like, you can't listen to that music and not get up and dance, right? It just makes you feel better. It might be a gospel song. It might be, if you like country, whatever it is that you like, put on some music. That definitely is a game changer as far as if you're feeling down. Now, don't put sad music on if you're feeling down. We don't want you feeling worse, right? But feeling that will help lift your spirit. So that's something that helps. The other thing is give yourself a win. Give yourself a win. A win looks like, it could be small or large. It looks like you go exercise, whether it's, something intense or just a simple walk. Something you can check off your list. I did it, right? You started with a win. Cleaning your house. Maybe you want to clean your bedroom, make your bed. That's a win. Maybe writing in your journal or reading your Bible, where you said, I'm going to read a little bit every day. You win. You check that off your list. Or accomplishing a small goal, because it will give you momentum. It gets you moving in the right direction, in a positive direction. And so that's something that you can do to shift your state. It's like, okay, I won something. I did something small. I won something. What else is out there, world? What else, world? What else you got for me, world? Right? And it helps you take on whatever challenges you're going to have in the day, but it shifts your mindset. Get your mind right. Okay, so that's strategy number 2. Strategy number 3. Strategy number 3 is, I want you to assess your progress. I want you to assess your progress. Do you need to increase the dose of medication? You're like, it's not working. It's not working. Well, it might not be working. For me, at 2.5, that would not work, right? I'd be like, what? Did I take a chiclet? Did I take a Tic Tac? Like, what did I take? Because I don't feel anything, right? So everybody's different. Remember, your journey might be different, and you might need a higher dose to see the scale move in the positive direction for you. Are you building muscle? Are you working out? You're like, Ange, I'm doing the doggone thing. I'm working out. I'm lifting weights. And the scale is showing that I'm heavier, right? That's possible because you're building muscle. Now, what you might want to do is take out the tape measure and measure your waist, because your waist might show you like 2, 3, 4 inches smaller, right? So don't get discouraged, because you need to assess what's really going on, right? Are you eating enough protein? Maybe not, right? I'm supposed to have 100 to 120 grams of protein a day. I don't always get all my protein in. That could work against me, right? That's important. Are you drinking enough water? You're like, I'm not losing weight and I'm constipated, right? Okay. Are you eating nutritious foods, and are you drinking enough water, right? That could be a reason. Something that you want to assess. Is it that time of the month for you, right? For women, that could have you bloated, right? So that might be a reason. If you just look back and assess what happened over the course of the week that got me to this point where I'm not losing any weight, where I'm not seeing anything on the scale. The other thing is, don't deceive yourself. Let's be honest with ourselves, right? Now, I would be deceptive if I said, now, I haven't officially weighed in yet. So Thursdays are my weigh-in days, official weigh-in days. But that donut might cost me. Those tower donuts, I only had one, but it could cost me, right? So I'm not going to deceive myself and say, what? I didn't have any donuts. Oh yeah, you had a donut, Ange, on National Donut Day, so don't even try it, right? So be honest with yourself. If you nibbled and you didn't, if you normally count calories or you journal and you didn't put what you nibbled on in there, that makes a difference, right? So we have to be honest with ourselves so we can look back and say, okay, this is the week that I had, and that's fine, that's fine. But what tweaks do I want to make this week, right? How do I want to make small changes that give me a bigger result in the end this week? Okay. So we just got to be honest with ourselves because we could be tricky. We could be tricky. They're like, not me, not me. Yeah, I could be tricky. You know, I could be like, I drank orange juice. That was so healthy. I was like, 2 glasses of orange juice that I had. I was like, that's full of calories and sugar, right? But that was a decision that I made, right? That was a decision I made. So I'm going to be honest about it so that I know I can make the tweaks that I need to the following week. Okay. And listen, the last part of assessing your progress is I want you to listen to your body, right? You're uniquely and wonderfully made, and your plan should be uniquely designed for you, right? Listen to your body. Take a moment. Some of you might meditate. Some of you may pray. Some of you may just be silent, right? But just get in tune with your body and what your body needs, because it might be that you're not getting enough sleep. You know, but be in tune with that. Be in tune with your body and make sure that you're communicating with your team about how you're feeling, how you're doing, so that they can support you. And we're going to get to that one as another strategy too. We'll get to in a second. Strategy number four. And let me pause here before I go into 4 and just check in with everybody here. I just want to check in for those of you who are live here with me. Are you with me? Are you following me? Does this make sense? Does this make sense? Do these strategies make sense? Let me know in the chat or in the comments here if you are following me. Let me see if I can read some of your comments too. Just take the next step. Oh, these are words of encouragement. I love it. I love it. Make small, healthy choices, whether it's walking around the block or sitting in the sunshine for a few minutes. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's great, Flynn. Love it, love it, love it. Tara says, stay on the journey. We can do all things through Christ who gives us strength. Yes, just stay on the journey. Just don't quit. I love that. I love that. The next one says, hear you loud and clear. Guys watching from the UK. Fantastic. Hello to you in the UK. Nice to have you here. Okay, I'm going to go back and read some more of your comments, just making sure that this is resonating with you. Just tuned in. Hi, Tia. Hello. Tia is joining us. She's going to be working with us on a program that we just designed called Be Brilliant on YouTube. I'll tell you about that later. But hi, Tia. It's good to see you. Nice to see you in the house. Okay. Yes. Thanks for dropping these pearls. Good. Thank you. Montressa. That's a beautiful name. Thank you. Okay. So we're going to keep going because we have a couple more that I want to share with you. And that is number 4. And I hope you're listening. I hope you're listening to this because this is one of my favorite. My mom taught me this and I want to share it with you. And it's so simple. The strategy number 4 is be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself some grace. When you're feeling down, go for a walk. Like somebody just said, sit in the sun. Phone a supportive friend. Now, not that friend that's going to tell you all the things that you should be doing, but phone a friend who's going to give you support and encouragement. You can, of course, always come here. You can always watch one of our videos. We try to always be uplifting, encouraging here, inspiring, as well as equipping you with knowledge that's going to help you on your journey, right? But be kind to yourself. My mom used to say when I had rough days in corporate America, I'm a full-time entrepreneur now, but she used to say, Ange, you're human. Be kind to yourself. Let's take a day to just focus on being kind to ourselves, right? And we put on like comfy fuzzy socks and oversized sweatshirts and cuddle up and watch movies, but it was just a way to say you matter. It's okay. You don't have to be perfect. And you give yourself some grace that day. So that's what I'm asking all of you to do when you are having those rough days. Give yourself some grace. Be kind to yourself, okay? Be kind to yourself. Okay. Let's see here. The next up. Okay, strategy number 5. Strategy number 5 is don't go it alone. Don't go it alone. Now, I know you ladies because you're like me, right? I know you. And what I know about you is that you're high achievers, you're go-getters, right? You're doing the dang on thing, right? I already know. And for most of us, we've achieved a lot of success doing it alone. We've gotten to a certain point in our lives doing things alone. But this is not that, right? Losing weight, for those of you who struggle with the disease of obesity, losing weight is not a do it alone thing. It's not a do it alone thing. So I want you to raise your hand when you need help, right? Because we're here to support you. You should have a strong and supportive medical team, right? You should have a strong and supportive medical team. If you don't, you may want to consider getting one, right? They should know what's going on with you. They should be there to help guide you. My doctors have the 3-legged stool approach, right? That's the medical piece. That's your team, along with the medication. My team consists of my bariatric, obesity management specialist doctor, my nutritionist, my physiologist, as well as a primary care doctor, and they all communicate with each other. And they're kind and they're compassionate and they cheer when I have a win, right? That's the kind of medical team that I think I wish upon all of you, because the medical folks that I had before, when I was in New Jersey, I won't name them, I would go in and my knee would be hurting or my back would be hurting. She's like, yeah, well, you need to lose weight. If you lose weight, that'll go away. Right? And be resentful that they have to write a prescription for me to not be in pain. Right? That doesn't motivate me. Right? That tough love, I guess, might work for some people. Maybe you're that kind of person that just needs a kick. I'm not. Like, I don't need a kick. I need a soft hand and a soft heart to guide me through the process and cheer me on. And that's what I try to be for our community. So that's really important. And then I would say the medication, the team, the nutritionist, the exercise, and mindset. I don't want to leave that out because it's important, right? That you're okay. The other thing is community, right? Don't go it alone. You have a community here, and we are doing as much as we can to make this as an engaging community as we can. So join us. If you're not already subscribed, join us. We would love to have you here. Subscribe. If you're struggling with the disease of obesity and you're tired of being judged because you have it, if you're looking for a kind, compassionate, and caring community of like-minded people, then subscribe. Like, we'd love to have you here. And it's okay if you subscribe to other channels. Many people who watch my channel also watch like 3, 4, or 5 other channels too. And I watch other channels too. They're great with great content. And we're all different. Our brands are all different, right? But when you come here, we're going to lift you up. We're going to celebrate you because that's the kind of community we are. We're also going to hold you accountable. So if you tell me, Ange, you tell me something, if I see you in the comments, I might say, hey, how's that going? How are you doing with that, right? We're all like-minded people who understand and don't judge. We understand and we don't judge, and you really need that on this journey. The other thing that we're doing that I think is really special, I haven't seen other communities do it. They might. I haven't seen them do it. But the other thing we do is we're having a retreat. We're bringing you together. And there's still space. So if you want to come, you're welcome to come. We're having it on July the 20th, right? There's still space. It's a full day. Constance Howard is coming. She's going to be there. She's going to be talking about weight loss, along with her whole platform is about the imposter syndrome. So she's going to be talking about that, because many of you, as you're losing weight, your body is transforming, but your mind might be slow to catch up with it, right? You might not know that you look as amazing as you do, right? You might not know, like, you're losing who you are because before you had all of this additional curves and fluff that you don't have anymore, right? And so life is changing. People are treating you differently. right? And how you handle that. The amazing Monica Barnett is coming. She's a world-class stylist from out of DC. She's written 2 books. She's amazing. She's going to help you look your best and most brilliant, right? So she's coming. We're going to have a nutrition, a chef here who's going to do nutritious, yummy food. Because I don't know about you, but my food, I want my food healthy. But I want it to taste good too, right? I want it to taste good too. So we have that. We're going to do a sheet clothing swap. So if you have any clothes that are too big for you now, bring them. And we're going to have a fireside chat to really get to know each other. I'm talking about, letting your hair down, being comfy, talking to other women in person. It's one thing to connect over YouTube, but another thing to see each other face to face and to talk human to human. So that's what we're going to do. I don't know if other channels are doing it. Let me know if you've seen it. But it's something that I want us to do in this community because I want to get to know you in person. Versus this is nice because I can connect with you real time, but it's another level in person. So I will place the link. I will put it in the show notes once the video is done so that you have that as well. Okay, so community is really, really important. So I want to make sure that you have that, making sure that you're not going alone. That is the strategy. Do not go it alone. Do not go it alone. And you might feel like you can do it alone. You can, but it's harder. And we want you to get to your goals quicker, sooner, faster. And you can do that when you're a part of a community, when you have a team around you to support you. Okay, so those are the 5 strategies. And I have one more bonus strategy for you. Okay, I have one more for you. And then I want to take a look at the chat to connect with you. So the bonus is that I want you to take the focus when you're feeling down, you're struggling, the weight is not coming off the way you want it to. I want you to take the focus off yourself and I want you to serve others. Take the focus off yourself and serve others. You are on an amazing journey. You're creating a wonderful story of overcoming. And for those of you who are stuck, struggling, frustrated because you're paying out of pocket and the needle is not moving for you, I mean, you're having some really challenging obstacles. Your story is going to really inspire someone someday if you don't quit. Your story, not the story that somebody's like, I took the medication and in 8 months, I only weighed, I lost, 80 pounds, right? That's not my journey. That's not happening for me. But some people it is, right? But imagine if you have a story where you're saying, some weeks I gained, some weeks I lost, and some weeks I gained. But I didn't quit. I kept going, right? And at the end of the day, I got to my goal, right? I'm interested in that story because the person who just lost weight with no challenges at all, I would be wondering, but I don't know if they can help me because I'm having challenges. I'm breaking out in bumps, itchy bumps. I'm having some issues. Like, I want to know that journey too. I want to know that journey too. And that a lot of you have that story and it's an amazing story. And when I'm in that place, I think about, when I'm like down or I'm struggling, I think about you guys. I think about serving you. I'm like, what content can I create? So when I got that message today from a member of our community, it broke my heart. And I was like, oh no, we need to send some good vibes, some encouragement to her, because I know people will say that's the message that I needed to hear today, right? And when I'm feeling like that, I read your comments and you inspire me to keep going. On days I want to throw in the towel, I don't, because I have all of you, right? So if I'm able to take the focus off myself and focus on the community and all of the wonderful people within it, it changes things for me, right? It changes things for me. So I started serving others on YouTube with this channel. I started doing it only 4 months ago, almost to the day, right? 4 months ago. And right now, just to show you what kind of impact you can have in the lives of other people. Right now, we have over 2,000 subscribers. And I know there are people out there that have millions, right? But for me, 2,000 people who are part of a community who, and that's just the people who subscribe. There are way more people who view the videos that don't subscribe, right? So subscribe. We want you to be a subscriber. But just imagine that you have that kind of reach, right? We've had over 90,000 views of our channel. 90,000. That's incredible to me, right? Who viewed our videos, who've been inspired, encouraged, right? Who kept going, right? Imagine if you could help 90,000 people, right? You being a light of inspiration for them, right? You can be, right? If you don't quit, right? And I know that this isn't for everybody. For those of you who might be considering starting a YouTube channel, I'm here to help you. I created the channel. 45 days later, we monetized. If you watch some of the past videos, I think the last one or the one before, I actually showed you guys backstage of YouTube, right? All of the analytics to show you that, you know, the views are there and the money is there. Right now, we're almost at $700 in there. And imagine you're helping other people, but you can also use that money to, you know, do something fun with your family or pay for this out-of-pocket expensive medication, right? So for those of you, and I know it's not for everybody, but for those of you who say, you know what, Ange, I do have a story. I have a story that I do want to share with others. I do want to inspire other people. I do want to build. I love this community. I love consuming content, but I'm a creator and I also want to create content and I want to build my own community too. Well, if that's you and that's something that you're interested in, just shoot me a message at Angela@BeBrilliantMovement.com. That's Angela, Angela, at BeBrilliantMovement.com. I'll try to put it in the chat too. And just say, I'm interested in YouTube. The name of the program is called, and you're going to love this, it's called Be Brilliant on YouTube. Be Brilliant on YouTube. We actually have a cohort meeting today. I'm so excited to work with them. But if that's something that you're interested in, I'm here and I would love to help you. And I'll show you exactly what I've done to build my channel. Okay, so let's do a quick recap and then I want to jump into the comments. So the first, the 5 strategies that you can apply to get your scale to move in the right direction is 1, you want an eating plan that's sustainable. That's the first one. You want an eating plan that's sustainable because they're going to be National Donut Days, right? That's going to happen, right? I thought about naming this episode the National Donut Day episode, but anyway, strategy 2 is you want to get your mind right, right? I believe that the battle is won or lost up here in the mind, okay? So that's strategy number 2, get your mind right. No, and not compare yourself to anybody. Comparison is the thief of joy. You're on your own journey. Number 3, assess your progress. See what's really going on. Look for evidence of the results that you're getting. Why are you getting these results? What happened last week and the week before that brought you to this point, okay? That's what I want you to do. I want you to assess your progress. Number 4 is be kind to yourself. Give yourself some grace. You deserve that. You deserve that. You're doing an amazing thing here. Give yourself some grace. Be kind to yourself. And number 5 is don't go it alone. You have an opportunity to belong to a wonderful community. Please subscribe. Would love to have you here. But if not here, belong somewhere, right? Belong somewhere. And surround yourself with people who will love on you and support you, not tear you down and judge you, okay? And then the bonus is take the focus off yourself and serve other people. Take the focus off yourself and serve other people. So I'm going to hop over here. I'm going to hop over to the comments. Is this serving you? Has this been helpful? Let me know in the comments. I'm going to read through some of these. Let's see. We have here Dennis. Hello, Dennis. Nice to have you here. Hi, Ange. Love your videos. I started following you since you started. Really? You've been on the journey. So you're like a ride or die. You're like an OG. You've been here the whole time. Saw your struggles and victories. Yes, up and down. When I went to Boston, I gained 6 pounds in 1 week. I love how you inspire other people, and that includes me. We started almost at the same time. Yay! Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So wonderful to have you here. Appreciate it. Currently 4 months and 35 pounds down. It's been life-changing. Yes. Absolutely. And congratulations. That's wonderful. Deanne, hello from Arizona. Shout out to Arizona. I've been to Scottsdale and Phoenix, and they're wonderful places on Terzepatide. Yep, me too. Me too. Thank you. I'm going to do it first. Good, good, good. Love it, Miles. Let's see. 4-week update. Hope to encourage you to, yep, perfect. Compound options as well. Yes. And just to address the shortage, I don't know how you guys have to let me know how it's going for you. And this is a mindset thing. I want to share this really quickly with you before I forget it. So I was down to I had 2 more doses left of 12.5. Y'all all know that I'm on 12.5 of Zepbound. I'm not on the compound. I'm on the brand. So, but I know a lot of my friends are going onto the compound and they're doing great. So I went to my pharmacy. I put in for the prescription, the refill. And I went to my pharmacy and said, hey, what's going on? How's it going? And they got a whole nother refrigerator in there. They had one and it's covered. You can't see the medication because I guess people say, I see my medication there. Give it to me. Give it to me. They got a whole nother, they got 2 refrigerators now. And they said, the last time I checked with them, they said they had the lower doses were coming in, but the higher doses above 7, they couldn't get it. So I could have started panicking. Right. I could have been like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Mindset. Right. I just said, take it easy, calm down. You still have 2 weeks left. They still have 2 weeks to find your medication. And if they don't, and if you have to go without medication, that's a part of your journey too. And you're going to share that too. You're going to share that with your community too. So it looks like it's starting to loosen up now and the medication is starting to come in. I know Eli Lilly doesn't want to lose all that money to all these other companies that are popping up. So there looks like it's coming in, but let me know how you guys are doing if you're able to find the medication. But staying calm and managing your state, like not freaking out, like knowing, okay, breathe through it and just say, okay, it's going to work out in my favor. At some point, it's going to work out, whether I have to take a break and be off it for a little bit or back on or go to a compound, it'll get resolved, right? So I just wanted to share that with you because I think it's starting to loosen up. It seems to be loosening up. Let's see here. Let's see who we have here. Hello, Sean. Hello. Nice to see you, Sean P. Lisa. Hello. Good to see you here too. That's great that you help people find their voice and use mediums like YouTube to tell their stories. Absolutely, Darian, for sure. And it's good to see you. You always leave great comments. Absolutely. This is one of the best platforms. You know that speaking is such a powerful thing that it can change lives, right? You can inspire people to take action, to do things that maybe they didn't have the courage to do. You can share your story that will let people know they're not alone, let the people know that they can do it too. And this is a great video platform. It's a great platform to be able to do it. So I totally agree with you. I think it's fantastic. And there are so many great stories here. And you guys share stories with me. You might not share with everybody, but you share with me. And I'm like, you should have your own channel, right? You've been through it and you're doing great. And your story is so inspiring. And especially for guys, if you guys didn't see the episode that we did with Charles, who's round mound on Zepbound, if you haven't seen that, you should watch it. It's a really good episode. And it's great to see the men show up. Shout out to the guys, the brilliant men in the community. We love you guys. So it's nice to have you here. All right. Hello. Thank you for joy in the journey and positive mindset. Perfect. Nice to have you here. Let's just make sure I didn't miss anybody. I had a pizza day and kind of lost my mind and gained 2 pounds, right? It happens. We're human, right? So I decided to do extremely low carbs for a few days and drop 3 pounds. Now I'll remember moderation, right? But even if you have a pizza day, I mean, if you go out with your friends and you never eat pizza, like you've been eating clean for 6 months, right? And you want to have a slice of pizza, it's okay. It's okay. But you got to be conscious of that because it can trigger you to want to eat other things, right? That could happen. That's a real thing. But good. Thanks for sharing that with us, right? We know you're human. We know that you're human. All right, so I think I got to all the comments. If I missed you, post it in there again so I can see it. Hi, Ange. I'm by nature not a group activity person, but I appreciate you and the support of the group. Oh, Karen, so nice to have you here. I know, like I don't think, like I may put comments here and there in other groups, other YouTube channels that I watch, but I'm mostly just consume, right? I think I was considered like a lurker, right? Like I just watch and for the content and, enjoy the content, but I didn't really get involved. And when I was creating this channel, I wasn't sure what it would become, but I started meeting you guys virtually, and I felt like you're my friends, right? That I feel like I know you. So that's a game changer for me. And knowing that I'm like, okay, it's accountability for me, it's support for me. And yeah, I'm with you. Like I wasn't like that either, and I'm not even sure if this platform was meant to be like this, but we're going to make it we're going to design it the way we want that serves us, right? We're going to design it in a way that serves us. So I also want to say to those of you who saw me upload this video and it had no sound, because some of you got notification that I was on and it had no sound. I don't know what happened in StreamYard when I recorded it, but it didn't record with sound. And I usually listen to the first 30 seconds to make sure it plays, and I didn't. I was so confident. I was like, oh, we do it all the time. Just upload it. And there was no sound. So thank you for your patience and your understanding. And that's why I decided to go live, so you wouldn't have to wait. So thank you. And thanks for letting me know it was no sound, because I would have just walked away thinking it was all good and y'all couldn't hear a thing. So thank you for that. All right. Here we go. Is it Nancy? Like Nancy? You said, thank you for your joy and positivity. Have you or anyone here heard of dosing twice a week? I have not. Taking half and 3 days later, the other half. Does this technique help? That's interesting. I haven't heard of that, but my doctor had me spread out my dose for 10 days because of the shortage. I prefer to have it every 7 days because I do get hungry. I have not heard of that, but I would say check with your doctor to make sure that they're good with it. If there's somebody here who has heard of it, please connect with Nancy and let her know. Good question though. Luna Harlow, like that name. I'm with you, Karen. I'm more of a watcher lurker. Me too. I get it. Okay. Hello, everyone. Hello. Any questions or comments you want to share? One of the things that I asked for you to do is to please put a word of encouragement into the chat. This is something I've never asked you to do before, but there are people out there who are having a tough time. I had a tough go at it. And I just want them to know that we got them, right? We got them. We're here to support them. And so it doesn't have to be a paragraph or anything, just be one word, of encouragement, that would be wonderful if you could do that in the chat. I would certainly appreciate that. And again, people tell me every day, like I listened to this episode and it was just what I needed to hear when I needed to hear it. So it might not be a word from me. It might be a word from you that they read that is just what they need when they needed it. So thank you in advance for doing that. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Ring that notification bell. It's so great because when you do that, it lets the algorithm know that this is a channel that people like, and it shows it to more people. And we've already reached, our impressions have been over 1 million. Can you imagine that YouTube has put my video in front of 1 million people, right? It's already had 1 million impressions, right? So let's keep pushing out. Let's keep getting the word out so people know that we exist, right? This will also help them, help them find us. And also, if you're new and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. When you subscribe, put subscribed in the comments so that I can properly welcome you. Thank you for subscribing. And so I know who you are. So if you get a chance, do that. And then in closing, I want you to know that I'm always welcome your comments, your questions, anything related to GLP-1, this journey that we're all on together. If you have any questions, please leave your comments and questions in the chat or in the comment section. And thank you for tuning in today. I'm going to check the chat one more time to see if you have any questions or any other comments. Who joined Fridays. I heard about them. Thanks for putting that information in there. But they have a concierge team that will fight for insurance coverage. Oh, that's good to know, Lisa. Our community needs to know that because some people, their insurance is not covering it. They're having a tough time. So anybody who's interested in getting insurance covered and having an organization that's going to fight for you, please connect with Lisa B. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that. Let's see. I heard of, okay. So some people have heard of the split dosing twice a week. So let's see. I can think of sticking, I can't think of sticking myself twice a week. That needle doesn't hurt. That needle is nothing. That needle is nothing. Seeing videos of people doing it, both positive and negative results. Okay. All right. So that's why it's good to have this community, because we all get a chance to talk about it. Hello, hello, hello. And I know you have your own channel too. And it's so nice to see you here. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. Let's see here. Started a 2.5 journey. Yes. Yesterday, chocolate. Chocolate. Nice to have you here. Congratulations and welcome to the journey. Welcome to the journey. It's good to have you here. All right, let's see. I think that everyone is doing the best they can. Yes, please give yourself grace. Thank you for the words of encouragement. So wonderful. These meds are working a lot more than just the weight. Be patient and kind to yourself. I love that. That's fantastic. For sure, for sure. Wanted to know what strength training exercise you. Oh, yes, you asked me. I saw your comment on I think the last video. Yeah, so I'm doing for strength training, I'm doing like the leg. I use machines. We have free weights too, but I'm not so good with free weights yet. So when I had a trainer, I did free weights, but which she preferred. But I'm using the machine. So I go in and I kind of do a circuit, right? So I typically do legs one day and then and cardio, and then I do upper body one day. And I'll show you what I look like. Not that you can see, not that I have any abs or anything like that, but I will show you what I look like. But I'm doing the leg machine. I do another machine. I don't know what they're all called. But I do a machine that you pull down like this. I do one that pulls like this. One you push out like that, all for the arms, for the biceps, triceps, all that. And then I do legs. Mostly the push out, because my knees, I'm afraid to hurt my knees with that thing that curls up and down. So I just do the circuit. So this is me. This is what I look like. I wore a cheerful dress for you today. For those who weren't feeling that great and cheery today, this is what I look like. And this dress used to kind of fit me like this. Like it used to kind of fit me more snug, but I have lots of room, as you can see, and I'm very comfortable. But that's me. That's what I look like right now. I don't know that, I like to say beneath all of this, all these curves is a six pack, right? And some muscles, right? I'm very soft, right? So, but I do the weights because I know we can lose a lot of muscle mass. But thank you for posting it in here, because I saw your comment come through the other day. All right. Okay. Thank you. And in chat, it's nice to have you in Zoom meeting. 5 minutes. Catch you all on the next live. Okay, bye. See you later. Thanks for joining. I'm going to put my email address here. See if it comes up for those of you who want to connect. Brilliant. It's Angela at BeBrilliantMovement.com. I think I put it in there correctly. Let's see if it shows up here. Here we go. There it is. Angela at BeBrilliantMovement.com. For those of you who are interested in, if you need to connect with me, if you're like, Ange, I'm interested in doing Be Brilliant on YouTube, then you can connect with me here and we'll just talk about it, right? Make sure it's a good fit for you. And we'll talk about it. If you want to get the free resource, then either put the comment here, free resource, I'll send it to you. I just created it. So it's not like produced or anything, like it's not in a funnel or anything like that. So I'll just send it directly to you if you're interested in that. Let's see. Pink is your color. Really? I don't really think pink is my color, but I appreciate it. Thank you. I don't really wear a lot of pink, but I thought it would cheer you up. So crazy enough, I started losing better when I stopped exercising. I don't know if it has to do with other, you know what? A lot of people are telling me that too, that they're not exercising. My team tells me to exercise. So I'm doing that. But I have a friend, Kristen, who from 100 pounds down, you guys, a lot of you know her. She lost 107 pounds. She's trying to stabilize her weight. She's trying to stop losing. And she didn't work out until now. Now she's doing strength training. So just so you know about that. All right, ladies and gents, I want you, as always, I want to thank you for tuning in. And as always, I want you to go out there. I want you to be bold, because That's what it takes to go on this journey, to be some of the first people ahead of the wave of people who are doing this. You're some of the first to take this medication, so you're bold. I want you to be brave, because it takes courage to be vulnerable and to keep going, even when you don't see the scale move. You keep going. Even if you gain, you get back up. You keep going. Even if you have a donut day or a pizza day, you keep going, right? You're living life, but you keep going. And I want you to be brilliant, because you are. And when you show up and shine, you give other people permission to do the same thing. And you have amazing stories, and people are watching you. They're watching you. Whether you know it or not, they are watching you. So thank you so much for joining. Thanks for your patience. I appreciate it. Thanks for your support and kindness. Don't forget to put in a word of encouragement in the chat for the people who are having a tough day today. I appreciate that. And I know that there's somebody out there that needs to hear from you today, that might not even be able to hear me, but they can hear you. So thanks for joining. Love you guys. Take care. Bye for now. Bye.